Hello friends, welcome back to another Tumbler tutorial, and if it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. My name is Mal and I make Tumbler tutorials here on YouTube every single week. Today's video is a Halloween tumbler. I am so excited, you guys, to make Halloween and fall tumblers, so I hope you're ready because I have a ton on the docket coming up. So this one is keeping with our little boho theme that we've been going with recently. We're going to use a super cute digital pattern that I found on Etsy, and we're going to use some glitter, of course, and a really cute decal to kind of tie everything together. I really love how this turned out. It's definitely not a traditional Halloween tumbler, but I think it's perfectly festive and fun, and these pumpkins are just so stinking cute. So I really hope that you enjoy the video. If you do, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well so you don't miss any of my new videos. I'll have a list of all the supplies I'm using in this tutorial down below in the description box. I'll also have some discount codes for you, as well as links to all of my social media pages, including my Facebook group and exclusive Patreon group. Okay, I think that's it. I really hope you guys like the video. Let's go. We're starting with a 20-ounce powder-coated white skinny straight tumbler from Craft Haven, of course. And we're going to start by using this spring grunge textured vinyl from Banff Custom Creations. Now this is an opaque vinyl, so it's just like a regular pattern vinyl sheet. And I'm gonna put it on the upper third of my tumbler, and then we'll put our cute pumpkin pattern down at the bottom to cover the rest of the cup. So I'm gonna start by measuring the height of my tumbler. I know that 20-ounce skinny straights from Craft Haven are about 8 inches tall, so I'm just gonna count out and measure about 2/3 of the cup, make a little mark with my pencil, and then that's how I'll know where to put this top portion of the vinyl. I'm also going to make a mark up at the top rim of the cup. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a seam allowance, so a little bit of extra vinyl up at the top so I can trim it down to be exactly the size I need, but I'm just looking to not waste any vinyl here. So starting with my first little piece of vinyl here, I'm going to cut off about 1 inch of the backing, and then I'm going to line up the edge of the vinyl with this straight line that I've drawn on my cup. You can just go in without drawing the straight line, but I like to have a reference to make sure that I get this straight. So then I'm going to wrap it around my cup, as you can see here. I'm going to take my scissors and cut off any excess just so I don't have to finagle with that much vinyl. And then I'm going to take the felt edge of my vinyl scraping tool, and as you can see, just hold it against my cup and really let the cup do all the work. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to pull this vinyl up over the top rim and then take my craft knife, cut off all of this excess, and then hold my knife at a 45-degree angle and get all of those little vinyl stragglers off there as well. And then I'm going to tape off this bottom edge of the vinyl that I just placed down with some blue painter's tape, and we're going to glitter the bottom half of this cup. I'm going to be using Whisper from PDB. It's a really fine iridescent pretty color. Any iridescent vinyl will work if you want to use a fine cut, a chunky, it doesn't really matter, but we are going to put clear water slide over this, so just keep that in mind as you glitter. I'm going to use the epoxy method to apply my glitter, so I'm taking some KS Resin Liquidy Split Ultra UV epoxy here, and I'm just spreading an even layer on my cup. I am going to let my cup sit for just a couple minutes so it can even out before I go in to apply my glitter, and then once it's ready, I'm just going to go in, as you can see, and douse this entire area of the cup with this glitter. I'm going to immediately remove the tape because I don't want the epoxy to cure on the tape and risk pulling anything up. And then I'm going to set it aside and let it dry for just about 2 hours. Once it's dry, I'll seal it with a coat of the glitter glue from Crystalac so that the glitter doesn't migrate or travel up into that vinyl section that we have up at the top. Then I'll go in with a coat of epoxy. So I'm using the KS Resin Liquidy Split Ultra UV epoxy again, and I'm going to go in with 2 coats of that. So each coat was about maybe 20-ish milliliters. A good rule of thumb is just to use the number of milliliters that matches the number of ounces in your cup, and then give or take based on the design. Once my epoxy is ready, I'm going to prep my water slide. I found this image on Etsy. It's a digital paper. I will have it linked down below in the description box. I cut it out of clear water slide from Hayes Paper Company, and then I sealed it with 2 coats of clear spray. I use matte clear spray just because that's what I have on hand. You can use glossy or matte, it doesn't matter, either one. So once it's all sealed, you want to cut off all of the edges from your image, because anything that you don't cut off that you had on there when you spray sealed it won't allow the water slide to come off the backing easily, if that makes sense. So what I'm doing here now, after I've trimmed my water slide up, I'm just measuring to make sure that I've got the right amount of water slide, I've got the distance right, just measuring to make sure that everything is ready to go. So once I've got that ready, I'm going to dunk my water slide into my water. I've got a little casserole dish here with some like warm, lukewarm-ish water. You don't want to use hot water, but I wouldn't recommend using like ice cold water either. So warm, erring on the side of like lukewarm, if that makes sense. So once it's coming off the backing easily, I know it's ready. And I apply water slide wraps kind of the same way I would a vinyl wrap. I start on one edge, pull the backing away, and then just kind of smooth the water slide onto the cup as I remove the backing in the process. The only thing is with water slides, and I feel like I say this every time I use a water slide in a video, you want to keep the surface of your cup and the water slide really wet and damp throughout this entire process. That will allow you to reposition the water slide, get it exactly where you want it, and then as you brush out with your paper towel like I'm doing here, you'll also brush out any water bubbles, air pockets, wrinkles, and things like that. So just take your time with this. This is sped up footage. This is like 3 times the speed. So just make sure you go slow, take your time, and keep the surface of your cup wet for the entire duration. Once you've got your water slide in place, I like to take a silicone makeup brush like I'm using here. You can also use a dry paper towel to brush out any excess water, any final air bubbles, air pockets, anything like that. And that's gonna kind of stick your water slide in place. After you do this, you won't be able to reposition it. So just make sure your water slide is exactly where you want it before you do this step. Then I'll wrap it in a dry paper towel, get out any excess water, and finally, I'm going to take my craft knife that has a brand new blade on it. The sharper the blade, the easier this step will be. I'm going to cut off all of the excess water slide from the back so that I have a really clean seam that doesn't have any overlap. I'll go through one more time with my dry paper towel, remove all of my tape, and I'm going to let this sit and dry out overnight. You want to make sure that your water slide is totally dry before you go in with epoxy. So here's my cup after one coat of epoxy. I just did one coat. That's all you need really over your water slide. And now I'm going to go in with all of my vinyl detailing. So I'm taking some green glitter vinyl from Craft Haven, and I'm going to line the edge where our water slide and our vinyl meet. And I'm using the straight edge of the water slide seam to help me place my vinyl in a straight line. And then I'm just going to turn my cup on my cup cradle and let the vinyl lay down. This is what helps me keep things as straight as possible. On top of this green glitter vinyl, we're going to lay down another piece of vinyl right on top of that to kind of cut the green color a little bit. I just wanted a little hint of green to bring out the green pumpkins just a little bit that are in that digital pattern. This vinyl is also from Craft Haven. This is just the craft vinyl. So I laid that right on top, and now I'm going to go in and put my decal up at the top here. I picked this one that says "Let's Get Spooky." Now the SVG file for this will be linked down below in the description, and it does come with some little, like a little ghost and some other little thingies around it. I just edited those out. I just wanted the text for this because we have those pumpkins on the bottom. I didn't want any clashing or anything, crazy going on. So I'm going to lay down the offset, which is cut out of the same vinyl that we put on top of the green, so those match. I'm going to lay that down first, and then I'm going to use this orange glitter vinyl, which is also from Craft Haven. If you couldn't tell already, I absolutely love Craft Haven glitter vinyl. They have so many colors. It's such good quality. It cuts beautifully. I love it. And you can use my discount code MANIANDMAL to save 10% on the vinyl, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, anyway, so I'm going to lay this orange glitter vinyl right on top of our offset, and then I'm going to move back to the bottom of the cup and apply the vinyl striping down to the bottom. I did this out of order, I'm not sure why, but whatever. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the bottom edge of this water slide at the bottom of our cup that I did up at the top. We're going to lay down the green glitter vinyl first, and then we'll go in with the peachy colored craft vinyl right on top to just line this water slide and kind of finish the whole design off. Once I had all of the vinyl placed on my cup, I sprayed a coat of matte clear spray to seal all of the vinyl down, and then I went in with my final 2 coats of epoxy. I'm using KS Resin Liquid Art Ultra UV epoxy, so regular, not fast set for my final coats. And once those were all cured, this cup is all finished. So here is the final result. This one's really getting me in the mood for spooky season. I just love these cute little boho pumpkins, and I really hope that you do too. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you all. You are the best. Okay, love you. Bye. That was good. Keep going. Great job. I just dabbed at the end of every video.